Hong Kong Direct is your weekly racing roundup full of news, views, previews, interviews and special guests. And coming up on a jam-packed show today, Group 1 racing returns to Sha Tin, headlined by Golden 60. He goes in the Stewards Cup. We'll hear from Vincent Ho very shortly. The Centenary Sprint Cup, well, whoever wins this will be a first Group 1. We don't have a Group 1 winner in the field, but it's a Group 1 contest. Wishful thinker, can he repeat his great run on International Day? And the Hong Kong Classic Mile, of course, won by Golden 60 last year. Who'll put their name on the honour roll this time round? We'll look at that in part 2 of the show. Very warm welcome to the show. I'm Andrew Le Jeune, joined this week by Leo Schlink and Ed Sadler as well. Ed, a regular on the show. We'll get to Leo in a second. Big weekend, lots of anticipation. Can't wait to get back amongst it. Yeah,
it's an exciting weekend coming up. It's one that we've been counting down to for a little while. Our first taste of Group 1 racing here in Hong Kong in 2020. And 3 fascinating races. I know, Andrew, the Hong Kong Classic Mile isn't a Group 1, but it is in prize money and chock full of talent there as well. Golden 60, can he make it 12 in a row when he lines up in the Stewards Cup? And the Centenary Sprint Cup, as you said, no Group 1 winners in it. It is a wide open contest. It
certainly is. And Leo, welcome to Hong Kong Direct as well. The racing editor here at the Hong Kong Jockey Club, former chief racing writer at the Herald Sun in Melbourne. So recent import here to Hong Kong. Hopefully you're enjoying things and looking forward to the weekend's action.
It's been fantastic, Andrew. Thank you. It's an amazing looking meeting at the weekend, as Ed has pointed out, and a fascinating 4-year-old race. It is so full of depth, and then getting to see Golden 60. I've seen him only a couple of times so far in Hong Kong, and then of course the sprint race. There's a lot to look forward to.
There certainly is. All right, we'll get Ed and Leo's thoughts in a moment or so. Let's look at the lineup, the runners and riders, though, for the Stewards Cup. This is a Group 1 over the 1,600 metres with Golden 60, now a Group 1 winner as well after winning the mile on International Day. Southern Legend finished second to him, 2 lengths behind. White Cuckoo, he was first up in that race back in December. He finished 4th. Rise High returns to action since, this is his first start since December 2019. Mighty Giant, also International Day. More than this, is first up for the season as well, placed behind Golden 60 in all 3 legs of the Classic Series last year. So a big return for him as well. But we'll start off, though, with the headline act, and that is Golden 60. The man on board, he has been for all of his starts so far, and that's Vincent Ho.
Yeah, it's incredible, of course. It's just really happy what he achieved so far. But of course, we keep focused on each race and look forward for the upcoming races.
A length away, White Cuckoo from Mighty Giant, Southern Legend. Golden 60, he starts his run up 3 wide. He has 5 lengths to make up from Romanised and Simply Brilliant.
I was picking up gradually, and he just did it by himself. And then quicking up in the straight was good.
Ying Star, Admire Mars, Beauty Generations up at them 3 wide. White Cuckoo, Golden 60 outside of the 5. Admire Mars leads. White Cuckoo, Golden 60.
Yeah, he can quicken up really fast to his top speed, and he maintained it. So yeah, in just 2 strides. So it's a good feeling, of course.
Beauty Generations going a big race. Golden 60, he's hit the front now. He's half a length on White Cuckoo. He goes full beast mode. He's out by 3, Golden 60. Southern Legend runs on. This equine wrecking ball has demolished another field.
Rise High is also one of the best in Hong Kong for sure, and when I won on him in the Group 2 last season, it's pretty amazing too. He can do 21.6 in the last 400. Definitely a great competitor.
Rise High, White Cuckoo, get past Beauty Generation and Ying Star. White Cuckoo and Rise High. What an incredible battle. It's Rise High going home best, and Rise High from White Cuckoo.
Of course, another horse, White Cuckoo from Mr. Size, of course. Also had a run in the International Day. His fitness is gonna come up a lot more, and yeah. focus on each race, of course, aim for the mile, and we'll see how he is, and after all the races, and decide what's on the next. Still have to talk to Francis and discuss with the owner and that.
Would you like to travel him overseas? Would that be the ideal situation?
Yeah, definitely, of course. But with virus, it'll be difficult, I think, this year. Let's see what's happening next year.
Well, we'll leave the future alone for a moment, deal with the present. Just looking back that win in International Day, he had an immortal-like beauty generation, local Group 1 winners in Waikuku and Southern Legend, last year's winner at Admire Mars, and he made mincemeat of them.
He did indeed. We went into that race, Andrew, thinking that if anything was going to beat him, it would come from overseas. A Breeders' Cup Mile winner in Order of Australia, the defending champ in the race in Admire Mars, as you say, and he toyed with them that day. I think he's the best horse here in Hong Kong, and I can't see him getting beaten. I think it's just a case of appreciating a great horse like we've had in previous seasons with the likes of Able Friend and Beauty Generation. Yeah,
and he just seems to keep improving every time, Leo. Every question that's asked for him, he just keeps raising the bar, gets better and better. That's
the staggering thing about him, that he's such a competitive animal as well. He seems to actually enjoy it, and the higher the bar is set, he seems to relish that challenge of stepping up time and again. And just to look at him, his competitiveness comes out, and he's such a great athlete as well, and complete package as far as I'm concerned.
You know, Vincent's in a unique position here, Ed, that he's ridden Rise High as well. 413 days off the track. He was, of course, the horse that ended Beauty Generation's run. This is a fair ask to see him do the same to Golden 60.
It is. Golden 60 is still on the way up, Andrew, whereas in that race, Beauty Generation, I think Rise High got to Beauty Generation and the beginning of the end for Beauty Generation. But Casper Found speaks in glowing terms about Rise High. We know how good he is. It'll be great to have him back at the track, but it's a stiff task for him to take on Golden 60 first up.
Absolutely. Waikuku, though, Leo, I mean, he was first up in December. Yes, it's going to be difficult for him, but second up now with that run under his belt, last year's winner, I mean, he's no pushover.
He's not, and he's a really tough horse, so typical of the mould from the stable. And he's someone who is going to go out there and make things as hard as he can for Golden 60, and you know that he's going to compete. And horses with that attitude, anything is possible. He showed it last year.
What about some of the others, Ed? More Than This, lovely horse as well, also from the Francis Lloyd stable, and Southern Legend keeps turning up and doing it time and time again.
He's running in this race for the fourth time in his career, Andrew. He's been placed in it before Southern Legend, so what a warrior he has been. And he was still running on really well in the Hong Kong Mile. He's trialled nicely since then. He's a place hope, but he's not in the same league, with all due respect, as Golden 60.
Yeah, so again, with due respect, as Ed said, Leo, they're playing for prize money. But Champions Way was pretty good winner of the Chinese Challenge Cup last time out, but he's badly off at the weights, of course.
Absolutely, and one horse that I'm looking at who's really in form, Mighty Giant, but then again, it's the class factor. This horse, Golden 60, the figures speak for themselves, and we're going to be talking probably about more statistics after this race on Sunday.
Yeah, well, he was 1.3 on International Day, Golden 60, so I imagine he's come up very, very short on Sunday. That's the mile then. What about the sprinters? They come a little bit earlier on the card as race number 5. Hot King Prawny was favoured on International Day. We'll have a look at that race in a moment. Voyage Warrior had a tough run. Jolly Banner, well, what a run he was. 80 to 1, give or take. Wishful Thinker flashed home behind Down on Smasher as well. Computer Patch, disappointing as odds-on favourite down the straight last time out. Matthew Chadwick jumping back on board. Fat Turtle drops back in trip. He was a pretty good run on International Day himself. Big Party, amazing start. Stronger ran well down the straight last time out. Buddies and Regency Legend, great to see him return as well. He's been a long time off the track, but looked very progressive in his early days. So the obvious place to start here is on International Day, Ed. Down on Smash, the winner, but a whole host of them in behind. That's Big Party still cruising, Hot King Prawn in trouble, and Voyage Warrior just coming under a drive.
Well, I'm going to go for Voyage Warrior in the race here, Andrew. He loomed up to win at this point of the race, but he was 3 wide throughout. So the last 200 metres, he was entitled to fade away. Still wasn't beaten too far. He's drawn a good gate here. He's been freshened up. Zach Purton takes the ride. But I know Leo's keen on Hot King Prawn, who hasn't been able to win from 6 goes at Group 1 level. Joe Moreira did make excuses for him for that run last time out, but I was still a bit disappointed given he was a hot favourite for the race, and I thought he had his chance.
He's been back to the trials though since. Leo, look good?
Look, I think he gets his chance on Sunday. His track and distance record is impressive. He hasn't done it yet at the elite level, but I think that this is his best opportunity. You look at the figures, his statistics, I think he's in the right place if he's ever going to do it. it's Sunday.
All right, this is the one. Voyage Warrior, Ed. I think we're both quite keen on this horse. He's drawn 1. He was still in front probably with a furlong to go. So he had a tough run on International Day.
He did. He had to cover a bit of ground, and then the start prior to that in the Jockey Club Sprint, he had a few excuses. So he said things go against him and hasn't been too far off them. I think he'll get his opportunity here, and he has won, beating Hot King Prawn at Group 2 level when you go back to April of last year.
If it wasn't going to be Hot King Prawn, though, Leo, I mean, Jolly Banner, what a run that was from him. Fat Turtle flashed home, Wishful Thinker, they're all in good form. They're all running well, aren't they? They
are. I love the Jolly Banner story. What a story it would be if he could get up and win a race like this at this stage of his career. A 9-year-old who's going so well and ran brilliantly behind Dan on Smash the other day. For me, that would be the story of the day almost if he got up and won this race.
It certainly would be. All right, and don't forget about Regency Legend as well. 392 days off the track. Great to see him return as well. We'll get Ed and Leo's tips a little bit later in the show. Still plenty more to come, though, as we head off to a break. We'll be looking ahead to the first leg of the 4-year-old series. Also on the retiring champ as well. Beauty Generation, we say goodbye on Sunday.